And I wanted to bring up movies that you can watch over and over again. Your Jurassic Parks, your ETs, your Clown Houses. These great movies.
Never have all those movies been sewn together in one sentence before.
Right? Things that have never been said. Where yeah, let's watch Jurassic Park or Clown House.
Yeah. The
But
the two greats.
the two, the heavy hitters, the Hollywood heavyweights. But I wanted to I just want to go through this list quickly. I have Raiders of the Lost Ark. I don't know your thoughts on this, but I feel like it's a perfect movie, practical effects, very interesting characters. Spielberg, Harrison Ford at his best.
Perfect
Cool,
perfect soundtrack.
perfect soundtrack. John Williams, cool, scary kind of religion slash occult undertones, historical backdrops, and the settings are cool. So I don't know. What do you think? What's your thoughts on
Uh,
Raiders of the Lost Ark?
I agree. It's something that I don't know how many times I actually watch it over and over again, so it has to be a special treat, probably because I overwatched
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of once you start, or if there was if it's playing for an anniversary on the big screen, we're like, yeah, I'll go see that on the big screen. So
Yeah. Big screen. I think that kind of movie's meant to be watched on.
yeah, and I
But
know they released a new image of Harrison Ford in the shadows, which
yeah.
I thought, well, that's interesting that that's what they chose to.
Right. Yeah. I know. It's every 5 months they're like, here's another image. It's like just finish the movie already.
It makes me wonder what they're doing because I've seen the behind the
I
scenes
know.
and Harrison has the dots on his face. I'm like, are they de-aging him or what's
Yeah.
happening? So
I think so. I hope they don't do that the entire movie. Maybe they're doing
if
retcon stuff,
it
flashbacks.
it worked with Samuel L. Jackson in what was is that Captain Marvel?
Yeah, for that kind of thing.
Yeah,
It
that
worked in The Irishman for like young
uh
De Niro.
I don't know. Irishman still had weird eyes.
A little bit, a
Some
little
was
bit.
not right, but I was like, oh, for it. And if they have enough money, as much as Marvel does, to do it right, maybe.
Yeah,
But I don't know. We'll see.
it'll be interesting. But
Yeah.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, though, I mean, was such a grand entrance into the Indiana Jones franchise. I still think it's the best one. People go off
Uh,
in between that and The Last Crusade, which is great. But Raiders of the Lost Ark, man, there's so
oh
many
yeah,
iconic characters and good special effects. You know,
I agree.
Karen
I
Allen at her best. It's
that's
my
not nice.
family label. She takes the knife in the tent. Baloche. Belloc. It's Belloc. They call him Baloche. Who's that actor's name? Jonathan Rhys Davies.
I think so. Yeah.
He's good. He's a good character actor in those.
Yeah. So yeah. So and whenever I think about it, I literally think back to that Saturday opening weekend and just being amazed, on the big screen.
Yeah, I
So it's
can't
just
believe
like
you
yeah.
saw that theatrically.
Yeah, and not knowing what it was about. I remember we saw the poster and we knew it was Han Solo, and it's like, I don't know. He has a whip, like a 10 to 11, 12-year-old. And I'm like, I don't know what this is about, but
Yeah, what's this gonna be about?
who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, so obviously I have very good memories of that.
Yeah, I think that's cool. So yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark movies that you can watch over and over again. And then I'll let you read the next ones, but these are
Uh,
fantastic.
well, I think it goes without, if you've listened to this podcast at all, Aliens is constantly go back to, and I can just watch, and it's all new again to me.
Aliens for me is a movie you can watch over and over again more than Raiders of the Lost Ark. I will watch Aliens several times a year. I won't watch Raiders of the Lost Ark every year.
Mm.
Maybe once a year at best, but Aliens so rewatchable, so great. You know?
Yeah, I mean, we still quote it.
I mean, a day on watching Aliens is like a day on the farm. Every meal a banquet, every paycheck a fortune. I love Aliens. Look into my eye.
Now
What does that mean when Apone goes, "Look into my eye"? What
I
what is
don't
the
know.
purpose of that?
We just buy it, We're like,
I buy
okay,
it.
yeah, you don't have to.
Yeah.
And I assume you just mean theatrical movies here because otherwise you would put The Stand.
Well, of course, you'd have to. They teach you that one in Santa Monica PD, Chief? He wasn't a chief. He was a detective. That was
What's
incorrect,
that?
Larry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. What would you do if they said we're going to show The Stand 1994 on the big screen?
I'd have to go.
And it would probably be kind of DVD quality, but stretched out to a movie screen.
I don't know how they would do that. I
I
would
don't know.
go. I'd
You would
pay
still
money
go,
to
yeah.
do it, and I'd sit through the whole thing.
You should do a petition to do a 3D conversion of The Stand.
It garners like 3 million signatures, and they're like,
Yep.
"Well, we got to market."
Well, gotta market it. IMAX 3D. The Stand.
Which trash can man did you like better, Ezra Miller's or Matt
Uh,
Frewer's?
uh, now that I'm thinking, so Matt I mean, for the time, yeah, I think he was kind of closer to it. Ezra brought something kind of more, say, real to it. You know, he had kind of the history. But
Yeah.
much like Amber Heard, we didn't realize they were actually playing themselves in the Stand remake. So
I know you have more of a chance of being. I saw this on Twitter. You have more of a chance of being bit by Ezra Miller than a shark in your lifetime. That
oh
guy, he's. I don't know what his deal is. He's a mess, or they're a mess, I should
yeah,
say. But they're in handcuffs in Hawaii every like 5 weeks,
yeah.
assaulting people. But I would agree with you. I feel like Matt Frewer is more comical and kind of funny, but Ezra is more like faithful to the book and unstable.
Do you
Art
think?
imitates life.
Yeah, maybe in 20 years, you know, they're gonna have cursed movies and they're gonna come back the Stand remake, and they're like everybody's either been arrested or did something or horrible crimes that were involved in the Stand remake.
Yeah, we need to get James Marsden
Yeah,
arrested on something.
like
The
he's
trifecta.
all goody goody, and now we're gonna find out something horrible about him.
Who is Burns work for? Would you believe I don't know? You're a fucking 4-star. Let me read you a book from Yeats. Like what? What was that whole exchange?
That's it. We don't buy it like Aliens. They could say that in Aliens, and we're like, oh, that's perfect dialogue. And
You can say anything and I'm
yeah,
sold. You know, they can kiss that
anything.
goodbye.
Gotta kiss all that
Oh,
goodbye.
perfect choice for the last one that you added.
Well, I was just like, come on now, Superman 4: The Quest for Peace. Who doesn't want to watch that on a weekly basis?
So, you can't park here. Do you know how much the ticket's going to be?
Oh,
Lacey, it's
Lacey, it's
only
only
money.
money. It's my
The way that Margot Kidder says that, it it doesn't make sense, but it's hilarious and great. It doesn't make sense in the sense that it's a valid concern. If you park here, it may get towed, or you're going to get like a $200 ticket.
yeah.
Nobody wants that. But when she says it's only money, it implies that she would be like a millionaire in the movie, and she's not. A reporter in New York City, I mean, in the 80s, I'm sure they made a living, but I'm sure you would be cost conscious of parking tickets. And the
Enough
way
to,
that she
for
just laughs as if Lacey should know, like, oh, it is only money. Like, just park in the handicapped.
there's some missing sub story about her because obviously that penthouse apartment. Like, come on,
Right. The penthouse
for
on
a
like Fifth Ave.
Daily Planet reporter. Mm-mm.
Not
Not
buying it.
no, yeah. Even in mid metropolis, yeah, that wasn't going to happen. So
But this is a movie you can watch over and over again. I just rewatched it, and do you remember when Lex Luthor takes like the hair
yep.
from Superman? The fact that they built that like glass thing, and it was like the hair, and the way they cracked it, it was obviously there was like no budget to that movie, but they just like actually really smashed glass. They're like, let's get the hair, and it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you need that. And then you can tell how low the budget was. We're talking about Superman 4, A Quest for Peace, or The Quest for Peace. Whenever they show Clark or Superman flying, it's the same 3 seconds of
Mm-hmm.
footage. It's him looking perturbed, and then he tilts down to the right.
Yeah.
And it's the same
Over
three
and
seconds.
over. Yeah.
The whole thing.
New York or the moon or space.
Nope, same thing.
It
The
is.
building of the Great Wall, the rebuilding is my favorite. Somehow his eyes can rebuild the Great Wall. And
Yeah.
the Statue of Liberty, it's just so good.
Who knew that the other powers that Superman had? My favorite. I haven't watched it on because I think it was on DVD or maybe it was Blu. I can't remember. So sometimes the quality's too good, and you could literally see the curtains, the black curtains on the moon, you know, for the backdrop
Oh,
because
really?
it was like overexposed enough. That's why I think it was the DVD version. Overexposed enough that you're like you could see the curtains waving,
Oh,
you know, and then it was like so it's supposed to be in space. I'm like, it's like oh, it's just
so bad.
not this is not good.
John Cryer at his best.
Uh,
I love Meteor Man, whatever his name is, Nuclear Man, and
Nuclear
he
Man.
what is it?
Nuclear.
Nuclear
Nuclear
Man.
Man.
He's got it's Gene Hackman's voice,
Yes. Which I don't
but
think it was. Well,
yeah,
for some reason, don't think it was supposed to, but then later they made it. I can't remember.
but the fight scenes, like when he comes off the balcony and they're about to fight and by like the Statue of Liberty, he's very like, gonna get you. He's not blinking. It's like robotic, kind of like make it futuristic. Like he doesn't have emotion. That was that guy's only acting role too, which is
I know. Was
great.
he a wrestler or something? I can't
I
remember.
don't know.
Um,
He wasn't like a famous wrestler.
no. So my other when talking when they fall off the balcony and then they're fighting in midair, but you could tell that they're standing on a green screen,
Oh yeah.
and so like their feet are like not. It's like, oh, I did not see this in the theater, so
No.
I was too school for school, obviously, even for and people smelled this a mile away. They're like, this is not going to be good.
Yeah. Well, they cut the budget in half, and
Mhm.
Christopher Reeve in his autobiography said that if it were Richard Donner that did it and they had a budget, they would have done like real New York scenes with extras instead of
Mhm.
like the train station. So, but I feel like cutting the budget on that is what makes this movie so fun. It's a terrible movie, but
Yeah.
you're gonna watch it because of the lines. And you turned me on to this movie. I've never seen it until we spoke on that one show, and was like
What's he
something
gonna
wonderful. And it's
What's
like
he gonna say?
something wonderful.
And Mariel Hemingway has been doing conventions, so
Yeah, yeah, you said
she
that.
was with Sarah Douglas, who played Urson. So I was just so they're embracing it.
Wait, Sarah Henderson played Lacey?
Is that her name?
I don't
Mariel
know.
Hemingway. Who's Sarah Henderson?
Who plays Lacey?
Mariel Hemingway.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
she's doing conventions.
yeah. That
Oh,
was
you
the
have to
picture
get
I
her
saw.
autograph.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I would have her totally put one of those lines.
Oh yeah, yeah. But Superman 4: Quest for Peace. I'll actually go to that before I ever go to Superman 3 again. You know?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, because you're like, oh, let's remember. Let's have a few good laughs.
Yeah. And I was talking to a buddy recently, and he agreed. He's like, no, no, I'll go to. I always start with Superman 4 and work my way back. You know? I'm like, you have to.
So it gets better.
Yeah, that killed Superman until 2006.
Yeah, it was. It's probably dead on arrival already, but yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. But those are great movies you can watch over and over again, Robert. I think Alien, Superman 4, uh,
Oh,
perfect.